I got a little something for you, man. I got some big news. It's huge news because I have a little something that you don't even know. The NFL schedule isn't out yet, but I know a little something about your first game.
Are you going to tell me?
Maybe I will. You want to know?
I want to know.
You want to know?
Damn right I want to know.
All right, drum roll, please. For the first time in 5 years, the NFL on Fox opens with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be your first game. And also another thing, week 1 is back to being an exclusive doubleheader window for Fox. So how do you like that news? You get to the Cowboys first week.
Amazing. Obviously, having the Cowboys on is a huge draw. As America's team, that's going to get a little hard for me to say that all the time. I understand they were the competition for a long time. But in this new role, I know the Cowboys, how important they are to this network. They got great storylines. Come on, Dak Prescott. Let's see if he can finally come through. One of the great defensive players. Did that just slip out? Micah Parsons, what a great player he is, and Coach McCarthy. So I love covering them. I've been obviously going against them for a long time, and now I get to tell everyone how great they are.
Oh, I already like what you're doing, man. I already like it.
There's your thoughts. I know you did not think this. You did not think we would get to this point with Brady.
I actually thought he would bail on this.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna. I feel like we talked about it at some point in time.
Did.
I felt like he was gonna bail on it.
Brady wants the dough.
And then Fox was. Well, I thought he would still get the dough because Fox wants, like, not ownership of him, but wants to be able to bring him to this type of event.
Oh yeah,
and be like, send him out on golf outings, and he's almost like a recruiter for Fox, so he doesn't necessarily have to work. Right, every Sunday he works, but he's really like just playing around, right? He's playing golf, he's having conversations.
I don't think so. I think Tom Brady is investing his time into this so that he doesn't suck and he doesn't get punted. Like, we got to remember, Brady is of the rarest of rare guys who get to walk in the door at the number one analyst level. Like, there's no way. It's not like they Greg Olson him. Hey, you could work your way up.
Yeah.
No. You're the number one guy. And if you're not great, there's only one way to start going, and that's tumbling down. So the pressure's on Brady to go in there and perform.
Yeah, and it is funny. Like, even though he's not even playing in the league, a lot of Patriots fans, I know we're going to give away some tickets, are going to be interested in his games.
Oh, no doubt.
So just back to that real quickly.
Go ahead.
I am curious to see how he does. Right, and I think you were on record. I think you teased this, that you think he's going to be great at it.
I even there was a thing in the whole Barrett Sports Media deal where they were doing an analyst draft, and I took Tom Brady third overall, never having called a game.
Who was first?
What am I going to put? I think it was, I don't remember now. Was it Romo? Maybe Olsen was in there or something like that. I don't know. I didn't look.
So
I only
Brady,
cared about me.
Overall, never.
It was in your email. You could have checked it out about 2.5 weeks ago.
Which email?
Well, there we go. Okay. Now I'm lost. The one that was kicking everything back last week.
That's the problem. Yeah, I am. I do think it is going to be interesting because it's just like for him to jump into that. He's probably prepping. He's probably doing. He's probably got a whole setup where he calls a game, because the first time he calls a game is not going to be that 450 game with the Cowboys. It will not be his first game. They will bring him in studio. They will bring up old games. They will have him do it live. They will have practice games. Like, he's going to be prepped and ready to go.
One of the guys from Chicago, because the way that Jason Barrett did this whole draft thing, it's like a media industry thing.
Was I supposed to answer that email?
No.
Okay.
But they had like somebody from Chicago number 1, somebody from DC number 2. Like, I represented New England number 3. They did it as the picks in the draft. And it went Greg Olson, Charles Davis.
I like Charles Davis.
And then I picked Tom Brady ahead of Louis Riddick, Ryan Clark, Tiki Barber, Jason McCourty.
Was Gus Johnson in there? Was he screaming and yelling?
These are the
Just
analysts.
Pros?
No, these are the analyst types. And you had to dig way deep. I wasn't picking Mina Kimes, I could tell you that. And I also wasn't picking Troy Aikman either. I'm about sick of Troy Aikman. Crying out loud. Like, I'm done with him.
Really? Why are you done with Troy Aikman?
There's nothing there. There's nothing there anymore.
It's too dry for you?
Well, it's just, give me a little something that, like, point something out that I maybe don't see myself. I know for a lot of the color analysts at that level.
Phil Simms now?
Boy, he's bordering on it.
Really?
Bordering on it, in my opinion, yeah.
Well, because Phil Simms got to a point where it was like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, Phil Simms would always be the one who would never tell you anything in the pregame, right? Or he would never tell you anything in the open of the show. And then in the fourth quarter would be the one to say, well, Greg, when we sat with Belichick, he told us about trying to run the ball today. And, boy, they've done a good job of that. Well, how about saying that in the first quarter, Phil?